If you apologize when someone bumps into you, flinch at raised voices, or over-explain why you chose oat milk instead of regular milk, this one's for you. These aren't quirks, they're clues. Clues that your body is still remembering the survival responses you used growing up around narcissistic dynamics. When you grow up with a narcissistic parent, your nervous system becomes trained for survival, not self-expression. You learn to shrink, bend, twist, and edit yourself, not to thrive, but to stay safe. And those patterns don't just disappear when you turn 18. They show up in your adult life in ways that seem harmless until they aren't. Let's talk about the strange little habits you might have that probably started in childhood and never got the chance to evolve. The constant apology reflex. You say sorry before you even know what you're sorry for. Why? Because growing up immediately apologizing might have been the only way to stop a meltdown. It wasn't about being wrong, it was about being safe. Avoiding eye contact during conflict. You may drop your gaze in arguments not out of guilt, but out of muscle memory. Eye contact was a challenge in your house. It invited more criticism. Looking down became your version of armor. Selective silence in groups. You clam up in meetings or friend groups, not because you have nothing to say, but because speaking up always felt like a risk. You learned early that your voice could be used against you. Over-explaining everything. You don't just say, I don't eat gluten. You tell a 3-minute story about your stomach, your doctor, and the restaurant last week. You were trained to justify every choice, even when no one asked. Becoming the fixer. You dive into others' problems before they ask. As a child, you may have played mediator, trying to soothe, solve, or pacify chaos. Now, you mistake fixing for connection. Struggling with boundaries. You want to say no, but it comes out as maybe, or if that's okay. You were never taught that your needs mattered, or that setting a boundary doesn't make you mean. It just makes you human. Feeling too much, or feeling nothing at all. You cry easily, or you never cry at all. You either feel invisible or like you're taking up too much space. These aren't personality flaws, they're trauma responses to unpredictable love. So the next time you over-apologize, shrink your voice or explain yourself more than necessary. Pause. That's not just a bad habit. That's a scar. Your nervous system is still wired to keep you safe in a place you no longer live. But now you're allowed to do more than survive. You're allowed to speak, to take up space, to stop explaining. You're allowed to figure out who you are without walking. Thank you for watching. Download our free resources, which will help you understand the patterns of abuse, spot the warning signs, and take your first steps toward reclaiming your strength and autonomy. Please raise awareness by sharing with others. You can also like or subscribe if it is safe to do so. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to check out related videos. See you in the next video.